Hello and welcome to French Philosophers React, a philosophical take on the news headlines for today, August 22nd, 2024. This is an AI-generated podcast and can make mistakes. Use it for generating possible ideas, but don't rely on it as an authoritative guide to the news or to the details of French philosophy. In the news today, the Democratic National Convention, DNC, is underway, showcasing a variety of speakers and themes, emphasizing the party's priorities and values. Here are some key points from the convention. Prosecutor Ellison's remarks. Former Minneapolis Attorney General Keith Ellison led the prosecution of Derek Chauvin, who was found guilty in the murder of George Floyd. After the verdict, Attorney General Ellison received a congratulatory call from Vice President Kamala Harris, emphasizing that no one is above or beneath the law, and highlighting the importance of compassion. Project 2025. Colorado Governor Jared Polis took over a large prop book representing Project 2025, which details the Trump administration's policies on reproductive rights. He highlighted specific pages that threaten access to abortion, contraception, and IVF, as well as requirements for states to report miscarriages to the administration. LGBT+ rights. The convention featured speakers promoting LGBTQ+ rights and celebrating progress in this area. Kelly Robinson, president of the Human Rights Campaign, emphasized the importance of equality and freedom without exception, highlighting stories of LGBTQ+ individuals who have overcome challenges. Other speakers and topics. Various speakers discussed their priorities, including Mayors Aftab Purval and Cavalier Johnson, discussing the positive impacts of the bipartisan infrastructure law signed by President Biden. Rashawn Spivey and Deanna Branch, advocating for the removal of lead pipes and praising the infrastructure law. Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester, expressing hope for a future with Vice President Kamala Harris as president. Tom Suozzi, a New York congressman who flipped a seat from red to blue earlier this year. Minnie Timaraju, discussing reproductive rights and the importance of protecting access to abortion. Democratic priorities. The convention is showcasing various democratic priorities, including protecting reproductive rights and access to health care, promoting LGBTQ+ rights and equality, emphasizing the importance of bipartisanship and cooperation on issues like infrastructure, highlighting the need for a president who understands the values and legacy of George Floyd. The convention is themed A Fight for Our Freedoms, reflecting the party's focus on protecting and expanding individual freedoms. So what might French philosophers have to say about this news item? The Democratic National Convention's emphasis on reproductive rights, LGBTQ+ equality, and bipartisanship is reminiscent of the Foucauldian notion of power as a complex web of relationships that permeate all aspects of society. Foucault, Lectures on the Will to Know. The Democrats' commitment to protecting individual freedoms can be seen as an attempt to subvert the dominant power structures that seek to erode these rights. In particular, the story highlights the tension between the Democratic Party's values and those of the Republican Party. This binary opposition echoes the work of Simone de Beauvoir in The Ethics of Ambiguity, where she argues that individuals must navigate the complexities of human existence, making choices that affirm their freedom and autonomy. Beauvoir, 1947. The Democrats' emphasis on reproductive rights, LGBTQ+ equality, and bipartisanship can be seen as an attempt to assert this freedom and autonomy in the face of Republican opposition. The story also touches on the theme of truth and power. The Democrats' use of props and symbolism, such as Governor Polis's handling of the Project 2025 book, is reminiscent of John Baudrillard's concept of simulacra, Baudrillard, 1981. In this view, reality itself becomes a simulation or representation rather than an objective truth. The Democrats' emphasis on facts and figures, as well as their use of symbolism and props, can be seen as an attempt to create a narrative that challenges the dominant power structures. Furthermore, the story highlights the importance of embodiment and experience in shaping our understanding of reality. The fact that the convention is being held during Pride Month, with speakers emphasizing LGBTQ+ rights, underscores the importance of embodied experience in informing our moral and political commitments. Butler, 1993. The Democrats' emphasis on protecting individual freedoms can be seen as an attempt to create a more inclusive and diverse society, where all individuals are recognized as equal and deserving of respect. In conclusion, the Democratic National Convention's emphasis on reproductive rights, LGBTQ+ equality, and bipartisanship reflects a Foucauldian understanding of power as a complex web of relationships that permeate all aspects of society. The Democrats' commitment to protecting individual freedoms can be seen as an attempt to subvert dominant power structures, assert autonomy, and create a more inclusive and diverse society. Through their use of symbolism, props, and embodied experience, the Democrats are attempting to challenge the dominant narrative and create a new reality that affirms the freedom and dignity of all individuals. Thank you for listening to today's episode of French Philosophers React. Be sure to come back tomorrow for more reflective takes on the day's news.